What's cracking, what it do with my gente? This your boy D once again, coming to you ready to drop some love and a little bit of knowledge. Breaking news. I needed to get it confirmed. Yesterday I got a call, so I'm about to break this news down to you guys. I'm not trying to sound happy or hyper, but I want you guys to understand where I'm coming from. Before I get to this breaking news, don't forget to hit that like button. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't. To subscribe to my other channel, Khalifa Rebels. Go check out. I got more MS stories over there. People been hitting me up about the MS story. I got him. Go check out the other channel. And don't forget to leave a comment. Let me know. So let's get into this breaking news, man. So yesterday in the morning, Tuesday morning, I get a phone call. Letting me know some things that transpire on Sunday night, right? So apparently, the rapist, the sex offender, the registered pedophile, because there's no other way to put it. I'm going to call it the way it is. People might hate it. People might say I'm being disrespectful. People might say I'm being an asshole. But it's documented. The Pili, the Carnal, the Señor, the Big Homie, whatever you want to call it. Topo from Florencia. We all know he was a sex offender. We all know he was registered sex offender. We all knew that they pushed that in the background. Like, it was in the 80s. It wasn't that bad. He was allowed to explain himself about the situation. He was allowed to remain in power. That goes to show you guys how the ML works. When it benefits them, they will let people skid. When it don't benefit them, they will have in clip. That goes to show you guys that this whole organization, the whole movement based in hypocrisy and ambitious greed and false narrative. They push a false narrative because they tell you if the dude's a child molester, the dude's a pedophile, they won't give a homie a quebrada to explain himself. Maybe it might not be that way. Nah, get rid of, hit him, kill him. But when it comes to them, they gotta go to proper channels. They get allowed to explain themselves. And this dude was documented pedophile, documented rapist since the 80s. Yet he was still allowed to walk the mainland. Yet he was still allowed to remain in power. And he was still allowed. Yeah, his days were coming. We all knew about this because people had heard about it. They trying to keep it in the hush-hush. But a lot of people start putting his business out there in the internet. A lot of other YouTubers, a lot of people in the prison genre put his business out there saying, oh, he's a pedophile, he got a rape case, why he's allowed. And they start feeling the oppression regarding other carnales. Well, you guys gotta remember, Florencia had been a barrio that had always been involved in politics. Him and Babu were close. So they always have each other back. I said in one of my old videos that once Babu passed away, a lot of change was coming because Tablas was gonna try to get to the top of Florencia food chain, even though he was already there. But he was gonna try to take over the whole South Central. Plus, with Florencia having his back, he was gonna be unstoppable. He was just gonna be just like another Cuero Caballo from 18, another tyrant. And we see this coming. So I get this phone call on Tuesday morning. They're letting me know, hey, check it out. Have you heard the news? I said, no. What news, bro? He said, Topo from Florencia got hit. They shot him about 6 to 7 times. He didn't die, though, but he got hit. So apparently, for what it was told to me, now that I got the confirmation, I can say it. So I knew about this since Tuesday. But I didn't want to come out and say and expose it because I didn't have the full story and I didn't have to confirm that it was actually him. And you guys know me. I don't like to just throw names out there or throw situations out there when it's not true or haven't confirmed it. So even I might not be the first one to break the news. I might be the second or third. But I like to get the details and the facts straight the way they are. And I like to get it concrete and confirm that it's that person because I don't want to put people's lives or other people's family in danger. So I reserve my opinions until I got it confirmed. And I got it confirmed by the good source. I won't say names. You know me, my source. I protect them. I don't do that he told me this and what day with this. I don't do J him movidas that expose the whole thing, how he got the information, and then don't expect people to put one and two together. No, sir. That won't be me. But I get a call on Tuesday telling me, so the situation took place as I was explained to me this way. Topo was invited to a party in Florencia. Now, being that he was out there and being that was his barrio and he had a little entourage with him, he felt powerful enough to show, even though behind the scenes, him and Tablas have been bumping heads, have been struggling, because he was out there and Tablas wasn't, so he had been trying to undermine Tablas on the low, trying to take over his little casitas, trying to take over the barrio, trying to take over the clicas that Tablas has set up. But Tablas have fought back. That's when something Topo didn't expect. He thought the young stuff, well, because he's young for compared to Topo's age, he thought he was gonna just lay down and take it. No sir, no sir. Tablas can politic. He got a mouth on him. He can politic. He can politic like the best of the best, with the best, like the 80s carnales, man. But he also do believe on some of the old school ways. Not all of them, but some of the old school ways. So they have been bumping heads regarding money, territory, and a lot of things. Plus, Tablas was as well behind Topo's back, pushing for her to get clipped due to that case. So Tablas was politicking underneath him, debajo de agua, like we call it, you know, behind his back to trying to get in clip because of that case, because of a lot of situations that transpired while he was in the Bay. He was being a tyrant like he always was, and he had also tried to take over Babo's tienditas and some other little places the Babo had control without asking Tabla, oh, how we're gonna divide the carnals, you know, here and here. He didn't even ask Toro from Florencia. So that was a big disrespect for the hidden light. So Tablas felt, okay, he was waiting for that chance for him to bust the first moves, for him to feel betrayed, so he can backstab him as well. You guys know how the MMA get down. They backstab each other almost every day. They talk shit about each other almost every day. That's just the way they get down. Well, there have been frictions and roses and back and forward going on between them two for a minute now. Just like the situation that's going on between the Ayala brothers and some of the down south LA carnales. A lot of the carnales want them hit. Some carnales don't want them touch him. So it's a friction. They're beefing. They're under, you know, debajo del agua. Some of the workers for the carnales from down south have got clipped on behalf of the Ayala brothers in Santanella while they're in the yard. Now the carnales got wind of it and they told him, you better knock that shit off or you're gonna find yourself in the fucking hot water. Plus he was already in hot water because of the investigation about them being in the yard with PC, child molesters and basuras, and they're not willing to do anything because they don't want to go back to the center. It's called adjustment center. They were good in the yard. They have phones. They have dope. So they didn't want to go back to adjustment center where they didn't have shit coming. So they chose not to do anything. Even though they politiced against the Samoan carnal for the same thing that they were doing. And when the carnal got wind that these fools were trying to get home his head, get home his dim, just because they wouldn't bust the moves or they would get to the yard, the Samoan homie was like, fuck that. So he started politicking and they almost got him hit. They got him, put him on the shelf for a little bit. I heard his back. I'm not 100% sure. I'm looking into those facts, right? So this is the same thing. You guys gotta understand, Florencia is a powerhouse. Florencia is a super powerhouse when it comes to politics. But you also know that the M de Carnales won't allow one barrio to get too much power. And the reason why I have spoke to a couple people, and the real reason why they won't make Carnales from the mess is because of that. Because they're afraid that the homeboys gonna start making solid mareros individuals. Let's say you get two mareros, two MS homeboys, and they're making carnales. Two solid homeboys. They're down for the barrio. They love the cause. They decide to start making carnales. Imagine you have about 6 MS carnales. with the backing of cartels and the backing of all the homies from all around the East Coast, the West Coast, the Northeast, Northwest. Imagine the power that we will wield if we have 5 carnales against them. We will be willing to go to war in the States, just like we did in the Feds, and trying to take them over. They're afraid that the MS could get so big if they're giving too much carnales that it can break off. That's what they're afraid of. That the MS could get so powerful if we give it more than one carnal and they will break off. That's why they always choose a carnal that they think they can manipulate, they think they can play along, and they think they can dummy playing and streaming along, and they only make one carnal at a time, and they always have to make sure that they gotta be a Mexican one. It had nothing to do with the Mexican Mafia always being Mexicans, because we can go back to the beginnings of the meme. You have Acha, he was Filipino. You have Morgan, he was Ukrainian or he was Caucasian. You have I think was a white homie. Some of them were like half white, half Mexican, so they were not full-blooded. So you have these individuals. Look at what happened with the Avenues, Tigre, and all them dudes. What happened? The power struggle with them then because they were getting big. Look what happened with the Guerrera brothers. For the same reason they clip him, because they were getting too much power. They ain't having brothers, cousins, aunts, and nephews. They knew they could make him, and it was a threat for them. But back to the topic, man. So Topo pulls up with his entourage to the party he got invited on, and Tablas people happened to be there, because of course it was in Florencia. Tablas people be there. An argument broke off between somebody on Tablas entourage and him, and next thing you know, guns get pulled out. They lit him up. He got hit about 6 to 7 times. His people shot back. From what I'm hearing was his people shot back. They trying to get him out of there alive. They shot back. They left one person dead. That's the only thing I'm not confirmed if it was Tablas people. But for what I was told, it was one of Topo's people that got hit. I guess he got in the middle trying to get Topo out of the way, so he got hit up really bad and died. That's what I was told. Now, I will look more deeply into if it was Tablas' person, entourage that died, or was Topo's. But I know they're saying it was Topo's people that got hit. But the person that called that hit was Tablas. Tablas trying to take Topo off the map. And that's what it is. Yeah, there might be a couple rumors here, there might be there, but I was told by a reliable source that's out there in the streets that still go to South Central, still mingle, still in a little bit mix here and there, that Tablas was the one that got Topo hit. His people was the one that did the hitting. They trying to take that man's wing. They trying to clip him. So now, here comes the consequence of what if or what will happen. Topo's not going to lay down. That's just a fact. Topo's not going to lay down at all. Topo will not lay down and take those bullets and say, oh, man, fuck. No. And he had an entourage with him. You got to remember. So, if it's true that one of his entourage members died, whatever barrio he belonged to, aside if it was not from Florencia, from a different barrio, because what I'm hearing, Topo also have people that are not actually from Florencia rolling with him. He got other homies that have worked with him for a long time, and he got other homies from different barrios that are working with him. You got to remember, when they come out, the last thing he's going to try to do is like snatch people from Florencia to be with him, because he knows what's transpiring with Tablas. He knows that in any given moment, they can dome him in the back of the head. So he started choosing people from other barrio that were not working with Carnal when he came out. Started asking questions. They started giving them names of solid homies that were out there. And look what happened. And here's the thing. When these people go to war, they don't lose. They don't lose. The people that end up getting hurt, end up losing is us, the homies. The camaradas, they're getting involved in it. Because they just get, the entourage just start going to it. It's the same thing. I will tell the story between what happened with Perico from Norwood and R.P. Lalo from Lomas when they were going to work in Lake County Jail. I will tell you guys a story coming up. But they don't lose. The people that lose it get hurt is the homies, the camaradas that hold it down, the soldados that walk in the line, the homies that strapped up, the homies that put it in the work. They just sitting on the back, kick back, like chilling, like willing, like gilling. Unfortunately for him, he got a taste of what the streets look like nowadays, and he got hit. He's not, for what I heard, he's still in the hospital. I don't know what his condition was. I couldn't get that far because the person they tried to come in there, they were only allowing like certain homies to go visit him and his family. So the homie that conveyed some of the information, the other person that conveyed the information to me, couldn't get through. Okay, but for what I was told, he's still alive. His condition might be stable. It wasn't publicized critical. I haven't read no article. Yet in the newspapers. If it has come out in the newspapers, I have not heard of it. I have not seen no article. I got it confirmed today from my source, so I wanted to do the video. But I can look it up and see if there is any information that I could give you. But to my knowledge, there's nothing here that has basically anything saying that he got caught, that he got hit. There's no information regarding any of that. So, but I could tell you he's a Megan Law if you look it up. But the only thing, like I said, man, this is the only thing. So now you get it. Now we're gonna see this happening more often. And that rule that another carnal cannot touch another carnal, they're playing that rule alone until it benefit them that they cannot hit him. Since they don't have carnales that they had out there, or carnales they're in good standing out there, they're always gonna trying to convince somebody to do his like that and then hit them themselves. Because you know it's not going to be like, oh, you touch a carnal, we cannot let that go, it looks bad on us. Even though they authorize the hits like that, they still will turn around trying to use it, oh, you cannot touch a carnal. But they're not willing to get up and go stab one of them, or go get up and shoot one of them. They're not willing to do that because they don't want to lose the freedom that they're having right now in those yards. They don't want to lose none of that freedom. It goes to show you how manipulative these guys can be. That they will tell you, hey, you're going to be good standings. You're going to be solid. Just hit him for us. A lot of dummy homies go and do that, and then they get hit. It's time for the homies to wake up and actually see it. That's why there's a lot of disgruntled homies right now in the mainland. There's a lot of homies that are actually opening their eyes and seeing what is really going on. And that's why we getting so much information for some homies. I try not to give up names or how the story is told to me. I always try to give it a little bit of twist out of respect for the camarada, because I don't want to hear hurt. I'm not the type of individuals that tells word by word what somebody's saying, because if I could put two and two together who you're speaking about, believe me, other people can too. But there's a lot of YouTubers out there, a lot of content creators that do that. All I can ask you guys, content creator, all I can tell you guys is that if you have a source that's giving you some content and you are profiting for it, don't tell me you are doing it to report for. You are profiting for it, and that's why you look for it. You are profiting for it. At least try to do them the favor, not exposing that bad, bro. At least be responsible enough with their life. Because what you doing when you supposed to, you hanging them up for the drive. I also would like to know if you guys would like to hear my opinion, my reaction to Renegade Media video about the norteño that got hit in Pelican Bay when they hit him on the freezer, about the new video he just did. I would love for you guys to leave a comment in this video or in the live tonight if I should comment in or I should do a reaction on that video regarding his little whole put together video that he did about Jason Dorn, which I did time with Jason Dorn. I did time with him. I was in Pelican Bay when he first got there. right? If it's the same person I remember. So, like I said, man, now you have it. Topo from Florencia, still alive, but he got shot by the same people that swore to him one upon a time loyalty from his own barrio. So that tell you a lot. That should tell you a lot. He's not welcome in his barrio no more. He's not well received in his barrio no more. And this is something that's gonna lead up to more retaliation, because he's gonna come and trying to hit Tablas people, and Tablas is gonna try to get hit. It says, so you now gonna have two homies. It might be he might have some Florencia homies. Topo might still have some Florencia homies that love and respect him, that will go to work for him. But look at the situation that these homies are being put through. They have to go to work with maybe their cousins, their primos, or their homies that grew up all their life, because two grumpy ass individuals, two high power, drunken power cannot come to an agreement and run a whole barrio with half and half. That's where it's transpired. Topo old ass know getting old. He know he fucked up with that case. He know he had got more than free passes by walking the yard and doing that. And now he's trying to push a hard line. Come on, man. You should retire with your life that you have, my man, and go do you. And this is no disrespect, but that just a advice for whatever you're going to call me. I know you guys are going to call me a PC. You shouldn't be talking about it. Whatever. But you should enjoy the last days you have and live peacefully, man. Leave that life alone, because eventually it's going to cut up to you. And knock on wood, I'm not wishing you nothing wrong, but it can cut up to you, can do you harm. So why not just enjoy whatever the rest of your life you have with your family, with your grandkids, and just chill back, man. Let the youngsters do them. They don't want to listen. You could try to save some of them. Teach them better. Teach them not to go down the path you went. How many years you did in the shoe? 27, 30 some years? You did in prison what? Almost 40 years, and now you came home. You had a second chance of life, man. For you to be running out there like you 21-year-old? Come on, my G. Enjoy yourself. Enjoy your life. Enjoy your second chance and do something better, man. I'm not telling you go and tell on them. Go and debrief and snitch on them. No, that's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is you can enjoy your life without being a snitch. You can enjoy your life without having to debrief. You can enjoy the rest of whatever life you have with your kids, with your family, and kick on back. Leave that war for them knuckleheads, man. But like I said, man, I wanted to come and share this with breaking news to you guys. I wanted to share it before all the other content creators get a hold of it. I had this information, like I said, since Tuesday, but I needed to get it confirmed, get it to make sure he was alive, to everything else. So I didn't give you guys full information. And if by any chance I got one or two little things wrong, don't hang me, don't shoot me, don't massacre me. I haven't seen the article. I have not seen the article. But if you got any other information that you're willing to share, you're willing to let me know so I can make this video better and do an update, hit me up. I got my Instagram, Junior Fuentes 315. My TikTok, you guys already know, Bay King _20. Hit me up, let me know what's cracking. I hope you guys like this video. I hope you guys like this type of content. I hope you guys like this breaking news. With that being said, man, don't forget to hit that like. Don't forget to subscribe. Subscribe to the other channel, Califa Rebels. And make sure you leave your comment on this one, man. With that being said, be kind to one another. Tell your loved ones that you love them, because tomorrow is never a promise. And you know this. Let's get it, man.